Look, John, I'm expecting significant turmoil. Heathrow handles about 250,000 passengers a day. It does that with about 1,300 flights a day. It's one of the biggest international airports in the world, and it's a crossroad. And so we've got literally hundreds of flights coming in from the United States and from Southeast Asia, the Middle East. They're all in the air at the moment, inbound. The old overnight type flight arriving at Heathrow from 5:30 local in the morning onwards. So they've got to divert somewhere. Some can turn back, most cannot. They've got to continue, so they're going to be going all over the place. The problem in the United Kingdom is many of the airports that you would think, oh, let's go to Gatwick or Stansted or Luton around London, they're at capacity anyway. So maybe further afield, Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, Edinburgh, but it's going to be a significant disruption because one of the big issues here is you've got air crews that have done long flights at the limit of their hours. Now they're sitting in Glasgow or Edinburgh or somewhere else, and they've got, not only have they got the plane in the wrong place, they've got their crews in the wrong place. So this is going to be a major problem. No, Gatwick is full, and they're desperate for more capacity. And there may be some capacity at Luton and Stansted a little bit, but they're big low-cost low-cost airline airports. And further afield, Birmingham, Manchester, possibly there's some capacity there, but we're talking hundreds and hundreds of flights that are inbound to Heathrow at the moment that would typically land every minute or so from 5:30 in the morning onwards. They've got to go somewhere. And the other issue is once you get them on the ground, you've then got a massive problem with the ability of customs to handle those passengers. I mean, these airports are set up to handle a certain number of flights, a certain number of people. All of a sudden, if you double or triple that, it's chaos for everybody involved. You've hit the nail right on the head. That's the question I'm already asking. Where's the backup power? And that's something that the British government has got to sort of really nail on Heathrow Airport and say, you are our major hub to the world. You are incredibly important to the economy of the United Kingdom. There has to be a plan B. There's no plan B. I find it extraordinary that there's no capacity to have another power source. Well, I mean, lots of airports have backup generators, and I mean, certainly there's a lot of power required, no question about it. And I'm not an electrician. I'm not an electrical engineer, but certainly there's a big power drain for Heathrow, no question about it. But for something so important to the British economy, then I would suggest some significant generation capacity should be installed at Heathrow Airport as a backup. Well, you're probably not going to. And the problem is for all those passengers dislocated, it's not a matter of getting the next flight that's available to Heathrow, because the next flight that's going to Heathrow is full. And that's one of the problems now as we're getting into the busy season, the big heavy tourist season. So flights are nearly at capacity. All of a sudden, these passengers have got to go to the back of the queue, the ones that have been dislocated by this disruption. So there's going to be a knock-on effect that's going to last a couple of weeks from this.